Good morning. This is gonna be a quick one. A little bit of diversion from what I had planned for the week. I still gotta get to my Bridge Valley story, dealing with how I did a whole free semester because I had a medical issue that somebody there had the nerve to not believe me because her son has IBS and he poops and dribbles all over himself, and I don't do that. I had a whole different issue, and she didn't want to believe me. The secretary, the big, large black lady that worked there, unfortunately. I always got issues with black people out here because they just don't know themselves, not true to themselves. Anyway, that I wanted to talk about. I forgot it was something else I wanted to talk about this week too. I already talked about the gang one. Make your child, persuade and push your child to want to join activities, please. To get them more acclimated to participating in stuff. It was something else too I had mentioned too, but I forget. Pretty much talked about everything. Not DeMar Hamlin, the school I already talked about. All right, but that's it. This one is gonna be about. I found out today a teacher that my 8-year-old has likes me. Hey. Well, I've been knowing since my oldest son was in school that I had teachers that liked me. I'm married, so when I say like, it's about they like me, like, as you like a normal person. None of this other stuff, so get it out your head now. But like I said, that like me, that always feels good because knowing me, I be feeling like nobody like me because I'm the one person. I saw a comment say this about somebody else, and I like it. They said that he may sound arrogant, but he's being more very clear with his intentions. That's how I be feeling because I always feel like people would want to label me or maybe feel like I'm an arrogant person, and I usually don't care because they usually don't say it to me. I always feel it. Like I don't know. I don't never have proof of nothing. I just be feeling energy and vibes. But I usually been told that before or whatever. Possible pushover. These dumbass things. I can't believe people, what feel about me because I'm confident in what I'm doing and I'm walking around with a purpose. Like you can't do that. So I instill that in my kids too. So everywhere they go, they're just natural born leaders off the strength of that. Because they're ready to assume a certain role that they didn't even know they was ready to assume, just because off of the strength of their mentality. And then they can learn from that. If they fell in that leadership role, at least they got the chance to be a leader. I'm working real hard and focused and staying real diligent with my youngest son, because he's at that age right now where he's really, comfortable with being the younger one and the one that get away with stuff. We've been pushing him to be past that with education, because as long as he feels smarter, he is smart, and he'll become a lot smarter, then he'll want to do better. He'll want to step up to that leadership plate at his age. Anyway, but yeah, so I found out actually 2 teachers from my son middle school actually like me. That's pretty cool. Both ladies. The same school I'm talking about, there was a gentleman there that was a replacement guidance counselor, and I had went to a dinner for my son, and he invited us to a parents' dinner, but only one of us was able to go, so me, and we had a good time with him. And he walked over there and he called my son, he said, "She is so something." And I'm like, whenever people call my son a girl, because he has long dreads and he's very handsome, I met him, I always don't even listen to anything else they say. I say he's a boy. And then usually it's always a white person, always, not sometimes, 100% of the time it's a white person that gets my son confused for a girl. But anyway, and then they'll try to act like they didn't hear it. And then I'm not hearing you because you just ignored what I just said. I'm trying to correct you. Yeah, you was wrong. You just called my son a girl. And that bothered me. But even before that encounter, it was all good. I introduced myself to him, and he was telling that he liked Sincere. Sincere was one of his favorite. That's what people usually say. But then he messed up by talking about something. She's something similar to this. I'm like, what? Do you not know you're his boy? But my point of bringing that up is, how do you have a guidance counselor that don't even know the sex of a child? That made me so hot that changed my whole perception of him. I started not liking him after that. And ever since then, actually it was because I corrected him that one time, and I didn't even get mad at him at that time. She said knows I get mad whenever I gotta do that with people. But it happened again when we dropping him off in the morning. He opened the door, and then he was like, "You ready, young lady?" And I'm like, "He's a boy. How many times we gotta tell you this?" And I sit at the door, mind you, wasn't nobody there, it was my kids in front of him. I'm like, how many times I gotta tell you this? How many times have you been calling him a girl when I'm not around? I corrected you one time already. You're a guidance counselor. And then he was like, okay. No. You're gonna listen, because you're not gonna keep making the mistake of this. My son is the one that has to go and deal with you and hearing you calling him a girl in front of other people, and he knows he's not. He don't want to correct you because he doesn't feel, he won't want to feel bad about it. make a conscious decision to understand he's not a boy. I mean, he's not a girl because he has dreads. Because if he was somewhere else outside of this weird-ass state, they would consider him a young man. He'd be very cultured. Just because you don't know nothing about our culture, don't call him no girl because he has hair in his head. There's boys in this school that got mullets in their head. And you gonna call my son a girl? I mean, this is all within like 3 or 4 minutes. My son's sitting there, my son looking at him like they upset because they know how I give it up. It ain't like they used to be kind of like, oh, dad, starting. No, this time he's upset because like, come on, you a guidance counselor. You're here to guide the kids. How do you not know what sex the kid is? You can't counsel nobody. So a few months later, I already knew he was leaving anyway, but ever since then, he apologized. He apologized then and there, and Sincere told me that same day he came up to him again and apologized. He said he really was apologized. He said he didn't mean to offend you. He said he didn't know it was offensive. And I said, yes, he did. I wish he wouldn't have told you he didn't know it was offensive and not confused me with a girl. Yes, you did. You knew it was offensive. Cut it out. So I'm telling Sincere, yes, he knew. But I don't like him now. Sincere, it's over with him for me. But ever since this, he said that man showed him always respect, more respect. Because like I said, he already likes Sincere. He just, whatever. That's so ignorant of people. So the girls, the women, teachers, they always like to touch their hair. They ask questions about them. We go there supporting ourselves, supporting our people, our cause, and they like it. And then they see how attentive I am with them. I could be much more attentive, but at the same time, they see how I am with them. Like, everything's about around them. So I got some teachers that like me. My oldest son's school, that was back then. I did have some too. That was this school now, actually. Before that, the other school, I had somebody that liked me. Then it got to the point with the out of all situation, the teachers did like me. But then there was a teacher that really liked me because of that. And then, man, it was so crazy. It's just like anywhere else. Because I be thinking people ain't gonna like me because of the way I carry myself. And I'm okay with that because I get to go home to a great family and take care of myself and focus on myself and, learn off of whatever experience I had to teach my kids that had a social experience, whatever it was. Anyway, I'm about to end this. I'm rambling. But yeah, I got a teacher that like me and it feel pretty good because I just know I'm doing the right thing and I know I'm usually doing the right thing. But that feels good to know that I got a teacher that like me. Especially a white teacher, I ain't gonna lie. Because I don't know. I just don't know how to connect with them. I don't be wanting to offend them. I tell my kids all the time, you are not better than nobody. And nobody else is better than you. I tell them that all the time. So they can remember, if anybody trying to play them or belittle them, that person ain't better than you. Just because they may have known something in this situation a little more than not better than you. And you aren't better than them. I always got to tell them that so that way they can be more confident in whatever it is that transpires. So, yeah. I tell them that all the time. You gotta understand that. You gotta understand that. You have to understand that. Nobody is better than you, And there was something else I wanted to say about with that part, because I always say this to them too, and I was about to say it to y'all. Dang, man, I forgot it. I'm probably gonna remember it. I'll probably put it in the description, but I appreciate the time. That's pretty much it. It was something a little bit around that quote I just said, like not being better than each other. Dang, I really wish I could remember it. Dang, I'm gonna put it in the description, because I always say this, and it was about to come out, but that just came up to the light. That's why I think about something else. But I appreciate your time always. Blessings be upon y'all. Hit the next button, help out the channel. I'll see y'all back tomorrow. The weather is warming up, should I say. Still fairly cool. I got some slides on right now. My Yeezy slides, but my cousin got me. And sweatpants and a hoodie. But it's fairly warming up, should I say. Alright. Peace and blessings. More power to y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.